In attendance today, representing these outstanding teams, are the following players and coaches. Bobby Long, class of 1968. Bob Englinger, class of 1967. Howard Wessels, class of 68. And
left fielder, Pete Bell, class of 2021. First baseman, Jack Sinella, class of 2021. And third baseman, Curtis Hale, class of 2021.
Now please rise and remove your hats for the singing of the national anthem, presented by the Bow-Ties.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that
Good afternoon and welcome to Jacobs Field on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. My name is Patrick Leckie alongside Lucas Cordonier. We just had a great ceremony before this game honoring the baseball class of 2021 at celebrate their 5-year reunion here today. The Saints today will take on Fork Union Military Academy, and on the mound today for the Saints, very exciting to watch this, is Stevenson commit Jackson Davis. Jax is one of the hardest workers I know, and very excited to watch him pitch today. He's put in a lot of work and should see the outcome today against a pretty poor FUMA team. First batter Davis will face will be number 9, Eli Hunt. Davis's first pitch of the game is just outside for a ball. Great day here for some baseball. It's nice and sunny outside. It's definitely getting warmer. Davis's second pitch is a strike. Evens the count at 1.
Yeah, Patrick, as you said, special weekend here at St. Chris. Alumni weekend, celebrating some teams. Good day for baseball.
Second pitch is fouled off. Davis now in a 1-2 count. That ball's popped out over to second and is easily caught for the first out. Davis's first pitch to the second batter's fouled off. He's facing the number 2 hitter, Yannick McLean. Davis's 0-1 pitch is kind of half swung at, and now it's 0-2. FUMA first base coach fired up a little bit, telling his guy to run, but now 0-2. That pitch is dribbled over to second base, easily cleaned up for a quick 2 outs for the Saints, as Davis is making quick work. Jackson Davis working very efficiently here. Already 2 outs in this top of the first, and gets a big swing and a miss from Hunter Morris.
Yeah, great start to the game from Jax.
That pitch is just in the dirt. Counts now 1-1. Jax Davis now the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and foul tipped. Counts now 1-2, and Davis is looking to get out of this inning. Davis now will shake off the sign from Smith. Now he's ready. He'll deal the 1-2 pitch. Did he go? No, he did not. He held off. So the count is now even again at 2-2. Davis will look to find that pitch to get this first K of the game. Here it comes just low. So Morris has worked the count full and is 1 ball away from FUMA's first base runner of the game. Jax Davis now the full pitch count outside, and that'll break up the perfect game he had going pretty early, but FUMA will get its first base runner in Hunter Morris, and that'll bring up what looks like to be a big power hitter, number 23, Shaquan Wiley. I remember playing Wiley in football. He was a force on the offensive line and defensive line. I'm sure he's got a lot of power behind that swing, so Davis will have to be careful and pitch around him. He fires that one in, a nice little curve, finds the inside of the zone. Jax Davis really has a wide repertoire of pitches. That one's just outside. I remember on our Camp Riversbend retreat we just took, he was playing wiffle ball, and he was telling me he could throw more baseball pitches than wiffle ball pitches, which is quite surprising because you really can get a lot more movement on the wiffle ball, but Davis has multiple pitches he can hit you with. Big swing and a miss from Wiley there. Davis is now ahead 1-2. That one just misses. Count is even at 2. Davis working quick here. Fires in that pitch again low. So Wiley, after falling behind early, has worked himself back into a full count here with 2 outs. Davis is ready, he'll throw. And that is just low. So a tight strike zone here. And 2 straight walks from Jackson Davis after getting his first 2 outs fairly easy. And will now bring up the junior, number 19, Nick Delgado. So Fork Union look a little dangerous now with Hunter Morris over at second, ready to take off. Delgado will swing and miss at that first one. Just outside again. Davis is really flirting with the strike zone here. A lot of pitches really close, with the FUMA batters doing a good job of holding off.
Yeah, for sure. Good start to the game from Jax, but batters are doing well.
There's a swing and a miss. And so for the 3rd time now with 2 outs, he's ahead in the count, 1-2. Just needs that one pitch to get the punch out. He'll nod his head. Check over second base and fire. And the 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. Jax Davis will get his first strikeout of the game. And the Saints will now look to get their bats going. It'll be Rodder, Lacey, and Smith for the bottom of the first. Welcome back here to the bottom of the first. It'll be Henry Rodder leading off for the Saints. Rodder's kind of elevated himself a little bit in this lineup. He's been in the leadoff spot for the past couple of games, and he will be facing Eli Hunt from FUMA. Hunt's first pitch, just a little high.
Yeah, Rotter, a good younger player for St. Chris. Got a lot of potential. See what he can do here.
Also a great singer, isn't he, Lucas?
Yeah. A couple of the singing groups here, and that is
Rotter will
a
send that one over
great
the first
hit.
base line. He'll get on his horse and push for 2 as
Maybe
the right
get
fielder
3.
from Boomer. That's going to be 3 for Henry Rotter. And so the Saints will get a leadoff triple. Big swing from Rotter. Great start to the game as a fielding error in right field by FUMA allows Rotter to push that double into a triple. And so that'll bring up Connor Lacey. Lacey's been one of the Saints' best hitters all year. And he'll look to get an RBI in here for the Saints early.
Yeah, Rotter on that hit, there was an error, but still without the error, he'd definitely get to the second base. A great hit from him.
Lacey's going to pop that one up. The catcher lost it, and it does go over the net into the stands a little bit. Yeah, that was number 6, Yannick McLean over in right. Kind of just fumbled the ball a little bit as he was fielding it, and Rotter was watching it and pushed his way over to third.
Could be a sign of an early score for the Saints.
Yeah, really want to jump on these guys early. Lacey now will swing
Another
that
one high up.
Pops it up high. Looks like it's going to be out of play, and it will be. So Lacey, 2 big foul balls behind 0-2 to Eli Hunt. If I'm Hunt, I would look to throw the changeup here. I kind of just overheard a conversation of him while he was warming up saying his changeup dropped a lot. So watch for that changeup low in the dirt if you're Lacey. That one's not a changeup. Lacey will send that one up the middle, and Rotter's going to score easily. So Connor Lacey, an RBI single to get the scoring going here early for the Saints, as they are looking very confident so far. And that'll bring up Tony Smith, number 6, the catcher for the Saints. And he's another guy who's had a great season. His second year on varsity is just a sophomore, so a lot of good things to come for the Saints team as 1, 2, 3, all sophomores. That one is pieced over into left field. It's going to get down. Connor Lacey is rounding second, heading for third. Tony Smith thought about going to second base, but the Saints are looking incredibly confident, and, they're just making it look easy here. Tony Smith, great little piece of hitting out into left field. And Landon Allen, like we've seen all year, will come in to sub in for Tony Smith, save his legs. And I think Allen's going to first pitch steal here over at second. He's one of the fastest base runners in the state of Virginia in his class, so he will definitely be off and running. And it'll bring up now the right fielder for the Saints, Jerron Johnson. Johnson's been a over 400 batter all year. Very impressive, and most recently he had a massive triple in a game versus Trinity that really opened the door and allowed the Saints to win that game. Allen will take off from first, and he will steal the bag easily. So Johnson's now got 2 men in scoring position with no outs for the Saints.
Yeah, Johnson only the first upperclassman to be up to bat this game, and St. Chris are looking really comfortable.
That one will find the top of the zone. Count is now 1-1 for Johnson. Hunt will check over at Allen at second base, firing a pitch just a bit low, 2-1. Hunt will get into his windup, throw a pitch. Johnson is going to foul that one up. And it is caught by the catcher, Chase Cohen. Connor Lacey tagged up from third and will score. Heads up play by Connor Lacey to kind of take advantage of the lackadaisicalness of Cohen. So heads up play from him. Landon Allen also advanced to third, so the Saints up 2-1. So
Fort
that'll be
Union coach does not look happy with that one.
Not at all. Yeah, that'll be the rare sack fly to the catcher. You don't see that much. And so now with one out and Allen on third, it'll bring up the left fielder, James Carney. Carney, another sophomore. 6 sophomores in this lineup today, Lucas. It's a lot.
Yeah, very impressive. A lot of them already batting so far. Already 2-0 up for St. Chris. It's impressive and good signs for the future.
Yeah, exactly. You can only imagine 2 years when these guys have had 3 years of varsity play under their belts. This should be a very impressive baseball team.
Having talked to them, they feel pretty confident about these next couple years, so we'll see how they can do.
Big swing and a miss from Carney there. And that was the changeup I was talking about earlier. Hunt threw that in there, and it had that great drop to it. Really caught Carney off guard. Carney will fly that one up. It's going to be the first baseman. And again, a tag up. Allen thought about it. Holds up, so kind of sloppy play from FUMA here, but that was Wiley, the first baseman, making the play. So Eli Hunt will work his second out of the game, and that'll now bring up Palmer Berry as the last chance of the inning for the Saints to score a run.
Palmer Berry, been a great hitter recently. I think last week or the week before, he had 3 home runs
In
the
2
week.
games, yeah. So Berry has really been on fire, and like I mentioned before that Trinity game last week, he had that, or this week I guess it was because it's Saturday, but he had that game-winning single, which was absolutely crucial. So Berry's really asserted himself in this lineup. He'll get ahead 2-0.
Berry, another sophomore, so and all these sophomores really stepping up. We've mentioned that a lot, but it's
Another
really
bow
true.
tie, am I right?
Yeah, another bow tie.
Yeah.
Lots of guys on this team that are, artistic, but also big into sports. Add a lot to St. Chris athletics.
So Berry quickly ahead 3-0, and I wonder if Coach Simondero was going to give him the green light here. Doesn't matter anyway. That ball's way outside, so the Saints will have runners on the corners for Gibson Beck. Beck really impresses in the field, and you hope he can get his bat going here today. He struggled a little bit in the past in getting on base and getting hits, but this is a great opportunity here today as Palmer Berry will take off, and again, no throw from the catcher. So the Saints will now have 2 runners in scoring position. Beck ahead 1-0. Hunt in his windup, the 1-0 pitch to Beck is fouled back, and that is dropped by the catcher. Cohen had a beat on it, but just unable to make the catch, so Gibson Beck will catch a break and trot back to the batter's box. 1-1. Been a lot of fly-ups here early. Hunt's 1-1 is just high. Beck's going to get a piece of that one, but foul. So Eli Hunt now just 1 pitch away from a much-needed strikeout and getting out of this inning. Only allowing 2 runs, which would leave the Saints with 2 runners stranded. Beck will try to not let that happen, though, as he'll get in the box. Hunt will fire in, and that's going to be a ball outside, so the count now runs full. Here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first.
Potential for bases loaded here.
Full count pitch is swung on and fouled back by Gibson Beck, so he's been fighting a little bit in this at-bat. Just needs to find his pitch.
Yeah, that one over to the houses, it seemed like.
Yeah, I wonder if when you buy that property, it comes with a notice that you may get hit by baseballs during the spring. Beck will get a piece of that one, flies it out to left field. And it is caught by the left fielder. So the Saints will leave 2 stranded, but we'll get 2 across as we'll head to the top of the second. So Jax Davis's day is done on the mound. He'll move over to first base, and Connor Lacey will take over from the mound. So only 1 inning of work from him, but he did not allow any hits, 2 base runners on walks and 1 strikeout. But it'll now be the sophomore Connor Lacey, and his first opponent will be number 4, William Clark. Lacey's first pitch is high. One 0 pitch swung on and missed. It's now 1-1. Lacey moving very fast in this count. Another swing and a miss. 1-2, and he's really taking no time getting back into his stance. And that'll be a strikeout. So Lacey makes very quick work of William Clark, and the Saints get the first out of the second.
Very quick from Lacey there. Nothing too crazy, just keeping it simple.
Yeah, just knowing his pitches and finding his spots. It'll now bring up Caleb Watson. Watson will get a piece of that one, but Beck is under it over at shortstop. So a very quick 2 outs here from Lacey and the Saints. And with 2 outs, it'll bring up Trey Monroe. So Lacey's only had to throw 4 pitches so far this inning. Monroe way behind that one. Lacey just firing that fastball. The 0-1 pitch is just a bit outside.
Yep.
One from Lacey finds the inside zone. Lacey's looking for the knockout punch, and he gets it. So a very quick and efficient inning from Lacey. I believe that was only 9 or 10 pitches. And so the Saints will have Jax Davis leading off when we come back for the bottom of the second. Now batting is the Stevenson commit, Jax Davis. Big at bat here. Jack's very popular dugout guys, already getting a lot of cheers. And now on a run inside. I think I just heard a "I am Jax," which Davis is pretty infamous for. The 1-0 pitch to Davis, again inside. So 2-0 now. Javis will get a piece of that one over to short. Will try to run it out. Not able to. So Davis, a hard hit ball over to shortstop, but not able to beat out the throw, and that'll bring up Wesley Connor.
Good play from Fork Union there. Getting Jax out at first.
First pitch by Hunt is low and inside. Connor will get a good piece of that one over to center. Center fielder is under it and will make the catch. So a much quicker inning from Hunt, as his first inning was very long and allowed a couple hits. Well, we're back to the leadoff hitter for the Saints in only the second inning, and Henry Rotter. Rotter had a nice double and then was able to advance a third on an error. We'll look to do the same here, as the Saints have two down here in the bottom of the second. Hunt's first pitch is down and away for a ball.
Yeah, Rotter might be looking for that right field again. Great hit last time.
That one's low again. The 2-0 pitch from Hunt is too high for a ball.
3 quick balls there.
Rada will take that 4-pitch walk and jog over to first, as they'll now bring up Connor Lacey. Lacey had that RBI single earlier in the first. He's got another RBI opportunity here if he can send one in the gap. Rada will take off from first. The throw by the catcher is way off, so Rada will have a stolen bag and make it a little easier now for Lacey to get him home. Hunt's 1-0 pitch runs way inside, and Rada will advance over to third base.
Looks familiar here. Just like the first inning, Rada already on third base with Lacey hitting.
Yes, it's really the same exact situation like Lucas mentioned as we had in the first. Lacey will look to do the same thing. 2-0 pitch will run way inside, so that's now 7 balls in a row by Eli Hunt. That one will find the zone, so that'll break the streak of balls that Hunt had going for him. Lacey still ahead 3-1 in the count, though. Third run pitch from Hunt is another ball, so 2 straight walks here from the Saints with 2 outs. And now that'll bring up Tony Smith. Smith had one of the 3 hits by the Saints earlier on. So what I've just noticed is Coach Simondera is wearing a different jersey than the rest of the St. Chris players. Not sure if Coach Whitlow forgot to wash his jersey the other night or he just is choosing to be unique today. But
I believe Coach Simondera and one of the other coaches are wearing number 22 for Harrison Coble today.
Oh,
that's what I believe.
Good point, Lucas. Yes,
but not completely sure. But if they only had 2 number 22 jerseys, it seems like what's happened today.
So Lacey's going to get pinch ran for by Charlie Gunn over at first. So after a quick discussion, Tony Smith will step into the box. Throw back over to first is wild, and Rodder will score easily. Charlie Gunn will advance over to second, so the Saints pick up a run on a throwing error by the first. So Smith will now have Gunn over at second. Smith will get a good piece of that one. Kind of over in left field, but the left fielder will make a catch from a good run over by him. So the Saints will only score 1 in this one, and will go on to the top of the third. So another pitching change for the Saints. Looks like it will be a bullpen game as Wesley Connor will take over. And then he was playing second base, so Charlie Blanton will take over his position on second base. And at the break, we did get confirmation that Coach Shimandera is wearing that red jersey with number 22 in memory of Harrison Coble. And Lucas, would you care to talk more about that and the ceremony we had today?
Absolutely. So at 1 o'clock today, we had a ceremony celebrating the life of Harrison Coble, class of 2021, one of the captains of that team that was honored earlier. And he sadly passed away in 2022, I believe. And he has been missed by this whole community. And another member of the class of 2021, Luke Ferguson, also passed away a couple years ago, so they were honored today. Luke Ferguson, in his memory, the SID endowment, Sports Information Department, is in his memory. So great ceremony today honoring their lives for this school and this whole community.
Yeah, really grateful for that Luke Ferguson endowment, as that allows us to do what we're doing here today, stream these games and do everything that we've enjoyed doing. So grateful for that and glad to honor his memory in that way.
And of course, now 2026 is a 5-year reunion for that 2021 class. So that's why they had that today. Lots of members of that grade in attendance at this game and on campus today.
Yeah, Lucas, your brother's back here today, so I'm sure you were glad to see him on campus.
Yeah, good to see a lot of him, a lot of his friends here today. Of course, celebrating Harrison and Luke is sad as well, but it's still great to see that so many guys care about this school, about them. They're coming out here to celebrate their time here. As we resume to this game, Wesley Connor now a 3-2 count, full count.
Yeah, then FUMA got their third base runner of the game off of the unfortunate error over at first by Jax Davis. Just couldn't quite field it cleanly. But Eli Hunt is looking to get a little something going for FUMA as he's got a man on first, the catcher, Jace Cohen, with no outs, so chances for them to do something here. Cohen's going to take off, and Hunt's going to get that one. Johnson and Wright's going to make the play and will tag up for the double play. So a nice double play by the Saints as Cohen took off, was trying to steal, and then Johnson made the heads-up play of throwing it over to first. So Wesley Connor gets a break in the field, and it'll now bring up number 6, Yannick McLean, with 2 outs. So an unfortunate break from FUMA as they look to have some momentum going, but weren't able to get anything from it. Connor fires in a strike there. That one's over to second base and unable to field it cleanly by Charlie Blanton, so that'll be the second error of the inning for the Saints. As FUMA will get another base runner. Now Hunter Morris will have a chance to put McLean in motion. Connor will fire in another strike there. Gets ahead 0-1. That one's just high for a ball, but that's a good miss from Connor. Kind of setting the scene now for something low and inside. And that's well he'll go. He'll go to that outside corner. Just misses, though. So now it is 2-1.
Let's see if Connor can finish out this inning. Keeping it at 2-1. 3-0, excuse me.
Connor's going to step off here. throw back again. FUMA's first base coach is kind of chewing out his guy at first, telling him to step back and come back as Connor's now thrown over twice, but he'll throw one in the dirt for a 3-1 count. So Connor's now the 3-1 pitch. Tony Smith tried to frame it but was unable to, so FUMA will now have a runner on first and second with 2 outs. Bringing up the first baseman, Shaquan Wiley. So he'll try to get the first hit of the day for Fork Union. See if they can get something going. Connor's first pitch is hit by Wiley, and Palmer Mary smartly gets the first out over at third, and that'll do it for the top of the third as we go to the bottom of the third for the Saints. Welcome back to the bottom of the third here on a very sunny day at Jacobs Field. It will be Jerron Johnson leading off for the Saints. First pitch way inside. That pitch is swung on and missed by Johnson. And there's that changeup from Hunt that we know has a lot of drop and motion to it. So I want to keep an eye out on that. That one just missed, so good pitch from Hunt. Umpire not giving him. That is Johnson able to lay off. Ahead of the count 2-1 now. Another swing and a miss from Jerron Johnson, so Eli Hunt is able to work his way into a 2-2 count. Eli Hunt looking for the knockout punch. His 2-2 pitch is a little bit high, so now a full count here. Johnson will take a deep breath, set himself up for this full count. He'll get a piece of that one over into right center field. He's going to get on his horse, rounding first, heading for second. And he's on his way to third now. Jerron Johnson will get his third or fourth triple of the season, I believe. So great piece of hitting from Johnson. That ball rolled all the way to the fence. And now that'll bring up James Carney. Trying to bring him home.
Jerron Johnson got that speed, from track and football. Able to round the bases real quick.
Yeah, very impressive. Once he saw that ball reach the wall, he knew he was getting 3. So a lot of chirping going on between the FUMA coach and the Saints fans. But it all seems lighthearted as Carney will ground that one out to shortstop. Johnson will score, and Carney will reach first base safely. That ball gets by the first baseman, so Carney is going to, I believe that'll go down as a single, not an error for that hard hit ball. Yeah, it's a hit, yeah. So Carney will reach first and then able to advance to second as the Saints will get their 4th run of the day, and that'll bring up Palmer Berry.
I will shout out, this is a great walk-up song by Palmer Berry.
Yeah, All Falls Down. Great song. So Berry's got no outs and a man on second. He sends that one over to center field. Center field is under and makes a play. Carney tags up, heads to third. So Palmer Berry will get that sac fly down.
Yeah, that ball was crushed, just not quite far enough for another home run on the season. That would be great to see, though.
So Beck will have Carney over at third. He'll get a hold of that one over to the third baseman. Carney will score, and Beck will reach safe again. So another infield single for the Saints, as that'll now bring up Jax Davis.
Once again, the Stevens commit is up to bat.
Jax, another great walk-up song.
Yeah, this team definitely some good walk-up songs.
Couple good ones, couple joke ones. As you see, the first-year varsity guys always get kind of hazed a little bit with their walk-up songs. And Davis, a great piece of hitting into center field. That's going to get down. Gibson Beck will get the stop sign over at third. So Jax Davis, a big-time single. As the Saints dugout is fired out for that.
He'll be happy with that one. Maybe even thinks he should have hit that over the fence, but by his standards.
So Davis over at first, looking very dangerous. That pitch will find the strike zone. Connor will fly that one over to third base. The second base will make the catch. And it's now Landon Allen in for the Saints. So we'll see who he subbed in for once we go out to the field. So Allen's got runners on the corners with 2 outs here. Davis is going to take off, and Jax Davis, a speedy stolen base. So Allen want to have runners on second and third. Behind in the count, 0-1 though. 0-1 pitch from Allen. Gets a hold of it. It's going to be a foul ball. Back behind us here. So Eli Hunt quickly ahead 0-2 to Landon Allen. That one's going to run inside. Allen stayed in the box. Landon Allen swinging and miss, so Hunt will get his second strikeout of the day. But the Saints do get one across here as they're ahead 5-0. Back here for the top of the fourth. A couple infield changes for the Saints. Palmer Berry is now pitching. And Landon Allen is in center fielder. So it looks like Jerron Johnson's day is done. Wesley Connor moves over to third base. Berry's first pitch is in for a strike. Swing and a miss from Nick Delgado. Berry one pitch away from his first strikeout of this match, and he will get it. So Palmer Berry makes quick work of Nick Delgado, and he'll now face William Clark. Berry's first pitch to Clark is hit on. It'll be Charlie Blanton over at second. Jack Davis will make the catch over at first. So a quick 2 outs here from the Saints. And it's now Caleb Wasden for FUMA representing the last chance of this fourth inning for the Blue Devils. Berry's first pitch swung on and fouled back. Berry now the 0-1 pitch swung on and missed. Had Wasden fooled. So he's now had 0-2. Really, every card in his deck is available That was just a bit low. So Barry now kick up some dirt on the mound and look in for the 1-2 pitch, swing and fouled off. Good hustle from Connor Lacey getting that foul ball. So Barry now another chance at the 1-2. Just outside, Tony Smith tried to frame that one in. So Barry now has the count even at 2-2, and he will get that swing and a miss for a second strikeout of the day, and the Saints will get out of the top of the fourth. Move on to the bottom half of this inning. Welcome back to the bottom of the fourth. Charlie Blanton, another great walk-up song here. So Eli Hunt is staying out there for FUMA. His first pitch this inning is outside for a ball. Blanton will take for another ball, 2-0. Another ball, so Blanton now had 3-0. And that'll be ball 4, so Charlie Blanton will take his base and get the first base runner of the inning on for the Saints as that'll bring up Tony Smith. Aiden Curtis will come in and pinch run for Blanton. Smith will hit that one over to the shortstop, and he will make an error. So Tony Smith is going to reach on an error and advance Aiden Curtis over to second.
Now Adam
and
Bell.
Adam Bell. So Bell very excited here. I'm not sure how many at-bats he's had this year, but great opportunity for him. And Adley Gladden will pinch run for Smith. So Adam Bell recently at VES, but rejoined the St. Christopher's community this year. It's been a great addition. I know he did SID in the winter and called a couple basketball games, which was always fun to hear him and his partner Coulter do that. But he'll get a piece of that one. Just foul, though.
Almost hit his first base coach with that one. Hard hit ball.
So Bella's ready now. He's got a 1-1 count. Eli Hunt will try to pick off Curtis over at second, but no luck. So Adam Bell's got a 1-1 count. He'll take a hack at that one. It's going to be flied up over to the second baseman. He makes the play. So Adam Bell will fly out to second. And will now bring up James Carney. Flied out to the shortstop. It's my bad. Carney will just eat that one. And so the bases will be loaded for Charlie Gunn.
Charlie Gunn, great hitter.
We lost our camera a little bit, but as we're working to get that back, we'll just do a little radio here. So Charlie Gunn has got, I believe, a 1-0 count. He's got the bases loaded with only one out here in the bottom of the fourth. Gunn was batting leadoff to start the year, but has seen a couple less plate appearances, so good for him to get a chance to kind of prove himself here. As it counts now 2-0, as FUMA will go out for a little pitcher's meeting on the mound. Got to wonder how much gas in the tank Eli Hunt has got left. So we'll be back with you once this mound visit is over. All right, so we got our camera back. So Charlie Gunn will work a walk, and the Saints will get their 6th run of the day across the board. And are now bring up Gibson Beck with the bases loaded, but the FUMA manager will take a walk over for the second mound visit of this inning. And you wonder if this will be it for Eli Hunt. So he has gone almost 4 innings now, or almost 5 innings now. Throwing a good amount of pitches. And so looks like it will do that for Eli Hunt. And coming into pitch now looks to be number 6, Yannick McLean. Or who is that? Once we get a number, we'll say his name, but he'll warm up, and we'll be back with you with the bases loaded for the Saints. What? I know. I saw it. Like, this is what I saw. This is exactly what I saw. I saw it like slowly going up to the sky. I'm like, James. Go down. Wait, and then rewind. Yo, you can. This is what I was seeing. I saw like slowly. So why is the camera? Look at it. I was sitting here watching it like slowly go to the sky, like lean up, like James. And then look. Dude, why did it do that, bro? It's doing it again. James. Look, it's pointed right. It's pointed straight up at the sky. He just fixed it. James is gonna log in, dude.
What's going on down there?
James is such a baby.
Austin is genuinely just like acquiring Jurmowski. No, what's his last name? Football. Austin up next.
Oh, Robinson?
Bro, he's 4 Ivy Leagues all.
I know. He's like an average student.
That's insane. I don't know how that's.
Is he really good at football? Like, I just don't know.
He's
I think
good,
it's
but like,
I think it's if you get one, then like they all.
dude, this pitcher has missed both times. Do you see the 2 balls? Because he's thrown it to the backstop twice.
Jesus.
Dude,
It's looking promising for the
they could get up to 15 this inning. Then the game will be
They
over.
can even get a hit.
If we get a walk off, why is Claire here? She's not even playing.
Thursday every week.
James Carney will get a piece of that one over to right field. That's going to get down. So the Saints will get 2 across off an RBI single from Carney. The score is now 8-0.
Yeah, those who score.
Or sorry, that's Gibson Beck. Excuse me.
James Carney and
Gibson
Joe
Beck.
Red
Yeah.
getting in
Yep.
to score for the Saints.
So good piece of hitting there. Saints still only 1 out here. It's now Judd Carruthers in for the Saints. Carruthers, great football player for the Saints, and he's been in the weight room a lot this spring, so I'm sure that'll help. I saw a video of Carruthers on Instagram hitting a nuke in softball, so he's definitely got some great power, as Gibson Beck did steal a base there.
Yeah, Judd, one of the guys I said before the game I wanted to see hit today. Haven't seen him before, so.
Pitch is outside for a ball. That was going to be outside, and Charlie Gunnell scores, so the score is now 9-0, St. Chris. And as the score starts to run up a little bit, we do want to mention the mercy rule. I believe it is if you are up 15 through 5 and then up 10. So Carruthers will send that one through the gap
gonna
up the
get
middle,
through.
and that's going to be an RBI single for him. So Gibson Beck will score, and the Saints are now up 10-0. So a great hit from Judd. So Carruthers will reach second on a pass ball as Avery P is now up to bat. So Saints really getting just about everybody an opportunity to play here today.
Yeah, Avery P, I believe the only freshman on this squad this year.
So P above 2-0. Yeah, you're right, Lucas. So even though this is a very young team, only one freshman on the team, but there's a lot of great freshmen on the JV level who will be ready to come up in the coming years. P will take that pitch for a strike.
Avery also a quarterback for varsity football team, maybe the starter next year.
So P, great hit into left field, not going to get down. Nice play by the left fielder, and Judd does get back to second base in time. So nice play by the left fielder out there for FUMA, and that'll bring up now Landon Allen for the Saints with 2 outs and Carruthers on second. That pitch will run inside. That one will find the bottom of the zone for a strike. Allen had 2-1 now. Swing and a miss there from him. Two-two pitch from Allen is hit on, and that'll get down. Carruthers on his horse around third, and he will get in. So an RBI single from Landon Allen as Judd Carruthers scores. Saints now up 11-0. Aiden Curtin now up for the Saints. He's got one of those kind of joke walk-up songs, so a couple laughs from the Saints dugout from that one. Allen's going to take off. Great jump from him as no throw from the catcher. Curtin will take the first pitch for a strike. 2-0 is outside, so Curtin will swing at that one now. It's 2-2. So Curtin will look to get Allen home from second base. Swing and a miss there. So FUMA will get out of that one with the Saints up 11-0 as we will go to the top of the fifth. So a lot of big changes here in the field for the Saints. Nash Milner has checked in the game for catcher. James Carney is pitching over at first. It's Judd Carruthers. Second base is Aiden Curtin. Shortstop is Adley Gladden, yeah. Third base, Avery P. And then in center field, it's Landon Allen. Right field, Adam Bell. Then left field, Charlie Gunn. So a lot of guys getting great opportunities here to play. Carney is ahead in the count, 1-2. Swing and a miss from Trey Monroe. Carney will pick up the strikeout for the first out of the top of the fifth. And I'm not sure if I'm exactly right, but since they are up 10, I'm not sure if it's 5 or 6 innings if you're up 10, but we will definitely see. So strike 2. That ball's over to second. Curtin fields it nicely, and Judd Carruthers makes the nice pick over at first base. So the Saints have 2 strikes now, and Eli Hunt will come up for FUMA. So Carney throws that one a little high. Carney misses high twice now. He's behind 2-0 in the count. Now 3-0. Nash Milner making a couple good catches behind the plate. Judd Carruthers makes a nice play over at first base and will step on the bag, as that'll be 3 outs for the Saints. All right, so that will do it. The Saints mercy rule FUMA with a score of 11-0, and that the Saints so the Saints do get a complete team no-hitter. I'm not sure if that counts as they only pitched 5 innings, but they will get the victory and a nice Saturday win for the Saints.